What's going on, guys? Welcome back for another week of the Tech Time newsletter. My name is Tyson, and today I'm bringing you the latest updates and tweaks and changes in ClickFunnels 2.0. All right. With that said, let's go ahead and cover what we're going to be talking about today in this video. The first thing is going to be the ClickFunnels 2.0 feature releases and updates that you need to be aware of. The second item of business today is going to be a training all around how to customize your order confirmation emails inside of ClickFunnels 2.0. All right. The third option, or third thing that we're going to be covering today, is the tool of the week, which is going to be GoFullPage. And then we'll be finishing off with the last two sections. First one of those is going to be the frequently asked question that we got throughout the week. And then the last thing is the ability for you to join our open office hours calls. If you're open to it, if you have any questions, we'll get to in a second. All right, moving down. First section is going to be the feature releases of the week. The first item here is the ability to use images for your survey questions. So if you do want to customize the experience that your customers have and use nice visuals for questions or for answers, you can now do so inside of surveys, which is pretty cool. If you want to walk through on how to do that, how to set it up, just click on this guy right here and it'll take you to the full training on what you need to know. Item number 2 is to collect contact information in one question for your surveys versus 2 or 3, depending on what information you're trying to collect. Before, you'd have to have one for email, one for a name, and one for a phone number. Now you can have one question that has all 3 of those things in it, and you can get it out of the way at one time. So if you would like to learn more about that, how to use it, how to set it up, just click on this guy right here. And again, it'll take you to the area or the training that you need to be aware of for that feature. All right, moving on down, the how-to of the week is all about how to customize your order confirmation emails inside of ClickFunnels 2.0. If you are using a platform to sell anything, you're going to automatically be using this email, whether you like it or not. Actually, you can turn it off technically, but if you want to send out emails and confirmations to customers after they make a transaction, then you're going to want to go in and customize this. It's as simple as that. Now, if you're looking for a very easy and straightforward tutorial on how to actually do this, just scroll down and click on this guy right here. It'll take you to, again, the correct area with a guide, a video, everything you need to know. All right, moving on down, we have the tool and resource spotlight of the week. GoFullPage is a extension that you can use within Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge to essentially take full page screenshots of whatever pages, documents, whatever that you're viewing within your live browser. It actually allows you to go back and view those screenshots as time passes as well. So let's say you take a screenshot today and you want to see it, the same image from a year from now, right? You can always go back and check those files out and review them, download them. You'd still have them there within the app itself. Now, just like the others, you know the drill here. If you want to check out more on this tool, how to use it, all that good stuff, just scroll down to the bottom of that section and there will be a screenshot or an image that will lead you to the correct guide and how to for that guy. Moving on down, we have the FAQ of the week, which is going to be all around communities. This one is brought up a few times this week, and the main question is which one should you use essentially? Facebook, Circle, ClickFunnels directly, which actual platform or software should you use for your communities? And that is a fantastic question. Now, there's not necessarily a right answer for this. It really depends on where you're at in your business, where your customers are, who your customers are. Yeah, I guess it really depends. My general answer before I dive into the individual items here is that go where your customers already are. Make it easy on them, because the likelihood of them trying to implement or having to implement another app in their life is pretty slim. I'd say like a great use case for this is Facebook, right? Everyone uses Facebook. Everyone has the app downloaded on their phone. It's something that people already know how to use. They don't have to go in and retrain themselves how to use it, or it's pretty standard at this point. That's all I guess I'm really saying on that. Now, with that said, let's touch on each of these points that I have listed out. Now, ClickFunnels, right? ClickFunnels is a good option in the sense that it allows you to keep everything in one area. So if you have a course that you're selling and you also want to incorporate community, well, they go hand in hand, especially when you're using the Learning Hub style for your courses in the platform. It will have the different tabs at the very top for you to use or for your customers to use, and it just allows you to have a very hand-in-hand experience. Everything is very easy to find. It's very clear and laid out. Now, the cons here are that people just won't know how to use it right off the bat. I'm sure intuition would kick in after a while, but right out of the gate, there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to actually figuring out how to use the platform, how to comment, how to set up your account, how to manage everything. It's just another thing that they have to go through. All right, that's the first thing. And the second and last thing I want to mention around ClickFunnels on the con side is just that it's just creating another barrier for people to actually get in and be interactive or active in your communities, right? If it's another hurdle they have to jump over to, get into or get to, it's probably gonna, eventually die off, or not eventually, it's going to die off faster than you would want it to, unless you're like killing it with engagement, keeping people active, keeping them coming back and wanting more. Moving down to Facebook. Facebook is a great option because there is a ton of people there. A lot of people are already using Facebook. It's already a part of people's natural flow and interaction at this point in time, which is pretty cool. Likely they have the app on their phone already. There's no learning curve. Now, the first and probably biggest con of Facebook is just that there is a lot of people on there. And when you post inside of these groups, the likelihood of them actually seeing the post isn't always the highest. Like, to get them to come back and interact with in that community, I feel like a lot of people complain that their reach isn't as great as they want it to be in any group that they own, or even Facebook pages, whether it's a personal or a business page. It's pretty common, right? There's a lot of things that they're seeing at any given point, and the likelihood of it being your thing is lower than you'd probably want it to be. Just one thing it's worth considering, right, when it comes to like your plan and how you lay everything out. Moving on to Circle. Circle is really great when it comes to customization of your community. I'd say it's the most customizable community that you can have at this point in time when it comes to what is available to your members, what they can see, what they can interact with. You can do live recordings in there or live streams directly in the platform. If you have any updates that you want to get out there quickly, you want to get people interacting directly on the platform itself, Circle is just a really good option. So those are the pluses. The cons are going to be fairly similar to what I mentioned with ClickFunnels. It's another tool. It's another thing that they have to have. The one plus side of Circle over ClickFunnels at this point is that it has an actual app. So people can just download it directly on their phone, and it's something they can carry around with them. They don't have to go to a web browser to interact with. It's a little bit more integratable than what ClickFunnels currently has at this point in time. The second con here is just that I've heard a lot of feedback around Circle. A lot of the time when people are first getting onto the platform from the consumer side, they're just, I would say, confused, but they are lost, right? Again, it came down to the same thing as far as what I said with ClickFunnels. The layout is different. The settings are going to be different places. Things are just going to be new. So they have to relearn how to use it. Intuition will eventually come back in to play when it comes to interacting with it. But overall, I think there's going to be a little bit more of a learning curve when it comes to that platform. So just worth taking into consideration there. Overall, I don't think any of these three here are bad options. I think they all have good upsides, but be aware of what is the best option for your business based off of who your client is, where they are, how they interact with everything. You should know your customer best. You'll know exactly what they need and what you should do to meet them where they're at. So there is that. With that said, let's move on down to the last section, which is going to be a special offer this week. And just like last week, we're offering the ability for you to hop into our open office hours and ask your questions live. If you have any questions around ClickFunnels Classic 2.0, you need strategy help, you have questions around why your funnels aren't working, you need help with memberships, whatever it is, I am going to be here Monday and Friday for you to come hang out and ask questions live if you are open to it. All right. If that is for you and it sounds like this is exactly what you're looking for, just scroll down within the section and you'll see a button that says get expert support with this guy right here. All right. And with that, we'll conclude this week's Tech Time newsletter. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and I will catch you next Monday.